Family can mean many things to many people. Family can be your closest friends. Family can be your closest coworkers. Family can just be yourself or one person and another. There are many of us that have complicated feelings for that word. Some of us have very positive feelings for that word. And amongst kindred, well, it is rare sometimes that the connection between sires and their are positive ones, although sometimes that's not entirely the case. This evening, we're going to explore potentially one of the darker sides of that relationship. So for now, let's dive in to Blood on the Bayou. We open our scene right where we left off in our last episode with the proclamation that was made by James, Michaela's sire, that she is indeed a caitiff, that was given in front of the keeper and the harpy of the court of New Orleans and a number of other assembled kindred. And Elijah is perhaps distraught about said news. Quinn had just received a ping on a phone that had been returned to him, which had been conveniently not given back to him for many months by an intern that had had somebody working on it. And it seems as if an old friend is close by. Right now, Elijah has left the VIP room, and Sora and Sakura are following. And that's where we open our scene.
All right. So Sora is just going to go after Elijah and see if they could be able to catch up to Elijah. Did Elijah actually leave the complex entirely, or did they
No,
just...
just the private room. He's got his phone out. He's texting Nikolai basically in big old bold letters, "Where are you?" As he's just walking across the floor, like towards probably he's heading to Grace's office.
All right, so so Sora is just going to try to reach up to his. Hey, wait.
Nope.
Sakura
Hey,
considers the politics of both the Barons and the Harpy running out, but pushes it to the side for now and just like runs up next to Elijah, just without a word, just following in step.
Are you okay? What happened?
Did you two know in advance?
I knew 2 days longer than you, and I tried to get her to tell you.
Wait, she didn't tell you?
No, she didn't tell me.
I tried so hard to get her to tell you.
Literally, the thing I got was a bunch of, "Oh, I care about you," and then like 2 seconds before James started talking, I got a, "Oh yeah, I'm not a Toreador." She couldn't even tell me to her face. Like what sort of absolute bullshit. As he's walking by the bar, he like detours through the bar to pick up a bottle, just grabs randomly, just off the rack, keeps walking up the stairs.
Wait, but she likes you. Why wouldn't she tell you she likes you?
If it makes you feel any better, I've known her my entire life, and she told me 2 days ago. So
Wait, but you all have Toreador.
Okay, no, we're not discussing this out here. Upstairs.
Oh, okay.
He just nudges open like the door to Grace's office, makes sure his ghoul is not in there, and then sits it there, just like uncorks the bottle, like flicks the cork completely across the room, takes a drink, and goes, "All right, so here's the thing. You told me," pointing to Sora, "you told me your little secret. Nikolai told me his little secret to my face. Like she couldn't tell me to my face. I had to find out from somebody else." Like,
she only told us because she didn't have much of a choice.
you know, the fact that she couldn't tell me, you know, that is in and of itself a complete issue for me, because, you know, I actually thought her and I were friends. He takes another drink.
Yeah, no, I know it sucks.
Yeah, she says she likes you.
I'm not happy about this either, but we just kind of got to deal with it. It's not really something we can fix.
Okay, look, I just need like 5 minutes. And he is still texting Nikolai on his cell phone. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Well, I mean, I took a day because, like, I had to unravel a lot of stuff. Because, like I said, I've known her since I was turned, and that blew some stuff out of proportion in my mind that I had to rearrange. But she needs us to not freak out about it right now.
How about this?
I don't care that she's a caitiff. Like, you know, each to their own. Like, we can't pick and choose what clan we are. I dislike the fact she couldn't tell me to my face.
Yeah, no, she was one of the examples of what a Toreador is when I was learning. So yeah, no, I'm a little messed up.
Well, how about this? How about they'll take some of your whiskey. It says, I will drink this in solidarity with you, so you don't have to go through this alone. How am I supposed to drink this?
Don't drink that. Don't drink that.
Sakura will switch it out for apple juice in
Thank you.
hand.
Oh, well, I mean, I would just try to make you feel better. I'll be honest, apple juice would be much easier. But, you know, if I can still do this, I would still stay with you.
You know, Sora, I as much as I would love to see your face change like 10 different facial expressions when you drink whiskey, I just don't, you know, can you even drink that apple juice like normally?
Well, I have the blessed life. Well, I mean, they kind of show themselves. But, like, yeah, I could also drink some stuff.
Can you even taste it though?
Kind of. Because I can still taste a little bit. Some things still taste a little weird, but I think some things still taste like normal. I'm not really sure why.
As Sakura silently sips her drink, completely unfazed.
Elijah too, just like dead, just like still with the bottle in his hand, just drinking out of it, just looking at Sora, completely just like, no, this is fine, it's all fine. Look, if I just need like 5 minutes to process everything, and I need to talk to Nikolai about something. So Sakura, if in your duties as Harpy, and I'm saying this off the table as a Baron, don't let that person anywhere near Ventru Primogency, because
hell no, not if I have a say in it. The Ventru, they forfeited when they abandoned. There's no way in hell they're having a seat if I have a say in it.
If he's who I think he is, he's not gonna get it anyhow. Which is why I need to talk to
those cowards
Nikolai.
are gonna have to try harder than walking in to get a seat again.
Oh, Oh no. I have if that is who I think it is, I have some pretty big ammunition for you to keep him away from that seat.
Not again. Oh my god. Is it about to happen again? Is the exact same freaking thing about to happen?
Well, I don't think Colio cares if I tell you this. That's a chance that it's part of his former pack.
Damn it.
But
Honestly,
that's
it's kind of funny because the venture will never be taken seriously if this keeps happening, which I am completely fine with, but still.
yeah, just that if I can confirm that's your ammunition to just tell the prince.
Why do people keep pretending to be Ventrue though? Like of all the ones to pick, you pick
I
that
know,
one.
right? Out of
Like
all of the clans, why would you pick the stuck up one?
at least Mikaela chose the good one.
I know, right?
Like no, like of all the ones, like that's the worst.
Wait. Sorry, back up. Who is this Vitru person? Are you saying we don't like him? Are you saying that he's not a Vitru?
No, okay. You know Kolya's got this little issue with the people who showed up when the prince was holding Elysium here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Maria.
I think he's part of that group.
Oh.
I just need to confirm with Kolya first because the name sounds familiar and I want to run it by him. But I think that's who it is. Just watch your back around him. And no, I have not liked Ventrue. I have not liked a Ventrue in like 80 plus years.
No, everything I said to that guy is going in my report to the prince. He is going to know full well how I feel about it.
Good to know. Okay. Well, thank you for that awareness. I will keep my eye out on Bobby Boucher. No, not Bobby Boucher. His name is not Bobby Boucher. His name is Robbie Drake.
Robbie Lake, Robbie, I don't know. Robbie.
Oh wait, I have this.
I will call him Bobby Boucher. I will call him Bobby Boucher. Much easier.
Sakura's gonna go through her notes like really quick, like looking for it because she knows Robbie Drake.
You know
I have
what?
it.
I'm in a petty mood that I really want to ruin his ventrue-ness. Please put in your report that it's Bobby Boucher. Please just do it.
Oh, is that the real name? Okay, got it.
Bobby Boucher. Perfect.
Should I try and figure that out who that is for more detail, or just put the name?
Just put the name. His actual name is probably Robbie Drake, as he gave it. Just put the other one though, just so that you know, just out of pettiness. I'm just being petty right now.
And speaking of petty, we transition to another scene back in the VIP lounge where Mikaela and James were having a very interesting conversation, and Quinn is looking at a ping that's come up on his phone. Nikolai, you have spent a couple of days and just finished up on your evening, shall we say, experiment with
That's
your,
probably the nicest way to put it.
Yes. And you have come into the VIP area of the Eclipse through the back entrance.
And I stumble into 3 kindred.
There are still a couple of people here. The keeper is still chatting with some people, and Matthias Larson is still in the area. And since Elijah and the rest have left, you also see that Eli McGowan, the primogenitor of Clan Malkavian, has also made her way. And so the keeper and Matthias and Eli are engaged in conversation at this point in time. And you can see that Mikaela is talking to a man that I don't think have seen yet.
Not to my knowledge. Nikolai will kind of nod to both the keeper and primogen who were present in the room, just as a general nicety of a greeting. And I think he's going to walk over to Quinn. Good evening, Mr. Hamish.
Hello, Nikolai.
You seem distracted.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I had this device had been in the shop, as it were, but I just found out that my incompetent assistant, I guess, at the college just forgot they had it. And it seems to have this strange kind of seems like a tracking app of some sort. I'm not sure exactly. It's a little unclear. It's tracking something. It's kind of very odd timing. I don't remember having a tracking app on my phone.
Well, there's a reason that the tower thinks that technology is a dangerous thing, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. It's a problem we can deal with soon. I wanted to let you know some results from the little experiment that we've been working on.
Interesting. How did it go?
Better than I anticipated.
Excellent.
At least for a first test, anyway. From what I can tell, while I'm unconvinced that this would alleviate the problems that I set out to alleviate, you may have found yourself an interesting concoction that could be of value to other kindred. That said, it might also be viewed as slightly dangerous. We won't go into it further here at the moment, as Nikolai kind of looks around the VIP lounge at the other kindred assembled at the moment.
Yes, well, this technical business would probably bore most of the people here, so it's okay. We can save that for later.
Indeed. And Nikolai kind of turns on his heels and positions himself kind of standing next to Quinn at this point, looking out into the room. Do you know who that is? I don't believe I've seen that face around town before. And he generally nods in the direction of Mikaela and James.
Well, that one's Mikaela, but the other one, I think he said his name was James.
Interesting. New arrival in town, I assume.
Yeah, I think there was something about him being Michaela's sire. I was a little distracted.
Fascinating. There seems to be a recent outbreak of sires showing up in this city.
So I guess it's a good city for sires. Good and bad. Well, he's got some sort of magnet here that's just drawing them in.
This is a interesting city. Many things to draw in many interests.
Well, you could say that again.
Of course, not all of those interests are beneficial for everyone.
They rarely are.
And how does the conversation between James and Mikaela appear to be going at the moment?
I want to say angry hand.
James is a bit more reserved than Mikaela, but definitely very frustrated. Very frustrated.
It's a very angry hand waving situation for Mikaela.
I believe your conversation had just stumbled into the territory of I might have made
A
a
deal.
bargain with a fallen angel. Why don't we pick up there?
You did what now?
Sorry, I meant nothing. I didn't say that at all. That's not actually what I said. Anyway,
Stop lying to me, please. Who did
I'm
you
not-
make a bargain with?
I mean, I don't even think it's actually him. I think he's actually lying. I don't think it's him.
Are you seriously telling me that you made a deal with the devil? Literally.
I mean, maybe that's why you're here. I think.
Maybe that's why. No one brought me here, Mikaela. I chose to be here.
I don't know about that, you see. Cuz I wouldn't call it a bargain. I would more call it of like wishful thinking. When he asked me what it wanted was you here.
He's the devil. Have you not read the Bible once in your life? Or
I mean, I
for
did.
God's sakes, a Quran? They don't. Eve chose to bite the apple. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I chose to be here. No, he can't magic people into doing things. He just. Never mind. What did you promise him?
Technically nothing yet.
Which means you owe him a boon. That's worse. You realize how that's worse, right?
Not really, no. Also, what do you mean you're staying here? I thought you were just visiting.
When have I said I was visiting?
I don't know.
I called you. I talked to you. I said multiple times, or at least suggested the fact that I was planning on staying around.
But you didn't say that you were going to stay. I thought you were just going to stay for like a month or 2 months and then go, like you always do.
Well, maybe if you continue acting the way you are, I'll consider it.
It's not the first time.
Not the first time. I have left to protect you. You're not the only one who's in danger here. Putting myself here, waving myself about, that makes me a target share. You understand that, right?
Not Elijah. Quinn and Nikolai, would you make a wits and awareness roll for me, please?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. I should probably find out if I'm hungry tonight, too. Since I didn't say that I killed anyone on the way over here. I'm good.
Let's do that.
Casual murder.
That's part and parcel for Nikolai.
Oh, wait, we're on the same night, so I don't need to roll that. I got 2 successes.
2 successes as well.
We were very observant.
2 successes. You do catch snippets of the conversation. You catch the word deal. You catch that James occasionally saying, stop lying to me. You, especially at the near the end of that, or near the part of the conversation where Mikaela is saying, maybe you'll just leave again like you always do. You definitely catch that.
Leaned
Both
over
of
to
you.
Nikolai. Oof, sounds like somebody upset Daddy.
Indeed. And Nikolai's going to start looking intently at the two of them, monitoring their body language specifically to just try to get a feel of any intents that either party might have here that aren't directly surface level.
Make a wits and insight roll for me, please. Also, Nikolai, I will mention that your phone has been buzzing numerous times through incoming texts.
He's checked a couple of them over the course of the evening, but I'm assuming these are fairly recent ones here.
Yes.
Okay. Well, a grand total of 6 successes with a crit.
Mm. Mikaela, what information does Nikolai obtain from you from observing your body language and your posture and everything?
Mikaela is upset. Obviously. Mikaela is also in a weird way, she's doing this on purpose so that James will actually leave, but also she doesn't want James to leave. So it's all very so basically right now Mikaela is very confused about her feelings because one, she likes a lot of people and she doesn't want them to be angry at her, but now it feels like at least two of them are very angry with her. So she's just like, maybe if I push them all away, it'll all work out. It's gonna be great. It's she's not very smart. So that's basically what you get from her. She's like, she's purposely angering James so James would be like, I'm gonna go. And I could play the victim of like, see, I knew it all along. So that's what you get from her.
I'm assuming you're trying to read James as well.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, he's less conflicted and more wary. And there's both kinds of wariness, like the tiredness, but also the carefully watching the room, trying to gauge people's reactions. It's like he's afraid of something, but it's hard to describe what. It's like a back of the mind thing, casually, he's always seemingly afraid. And he, above all, there's just this level of disappointment and sadness.
Oh.
Well, I
All
would
the
say
anger starts
that Nikolai is not masking what he's doing here. So if James is taking a look around the room, he will absolutely notice that Nikolai is very intently staring at both him and Mikaela at the moment. And he shakes his head and reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out his phone to at least get a read on what text messages are currently blowing up his phone.
Mikaela,
Kolya, where are you? Nikolai, where are you? Damn it, Kolya, where are you? Kolya? Kolya? Answer your fucking phone, Nikolai.
He quick types out a message that he's in the VIP room and had to speak to Quinn quickly.
there's
transition to all of our players on screen at this point as Elijah receives this message. But please continue, Nerdin.
Of course. Mikaela, who's staring at us?
I take a look. Oh, it's one of my Coterie members, Nikolai. Shit, it's Nikolai. He's here. Shit.
I suggest you walk on over and talk to him before you lose the few friends you still have.
You suck. And then I move towards Nikolai. Hey Nikolai, you're gonna find out anyway later. I'm not a Toridora, I'm a KDF. Hi.
He looks up from his phone as he slides it back into his pocket. Very good.
He announced oh sorry, that's my sire James. He announced that apparently he's staying here.
I let out a small wave.
Nikolai will go ahead and start actually walking across the room towards James.
Has Sakura rejoined the group at this point?
I don't know. Elijah, you see that your texts have been received and that you know that Nikolai is indeed in the VIP area. Are the three of you planning to rejoin?
He will, but he is going to make sure that he leaves the bottle dead center in the desk just to annoy Grace.
Sakura is going to head back because she has politics to do.
And it's not even on a coaster.
Playing with fire.
So, when Sora notices that at least Elijah looks a little bit more diffused from the situation, Sora is going to take a bit more eyeing around the environment itself. So they feel like now they can go back to their normal protective nature, making sure nobody's suspicious or anything else tries to investigate inside it. Now that things seems to be cooling off a bit. So back on guard duty.
On your way from Grace's office through the area to the VIP and then in the VIP. Okay, so we'll make this sort of like a walking by, passing, continuous wits and awareness check just for what you might notice in the area.
Exactly.
Elijah is gonna like stop Grace if he finds her and tell her whatever chair Robbie was sitting on needs to be removed from the vicinity.
I can barely keep track of these people as it is. Who was Robbie?
Go into the tapes, VIP room. Looks very smug, overly smug. Just destroy the chair. Just set it on fire. Like, I don't even want to see it ever again.
I haven't seen anyone like that come in or out tonight.
He looks just like the water boy. What do you mean? I mean, he's pretty noticeable.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Okay, making a note. You're going senile. It's fine. I'll be in the VIP room and just keeps walking.
All right. And what was that wits and awareness roll for yourself there, Sora?
All right. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'll be, of course, using my heightened senses. I forgot my dice pool is getting pretty big for this one. Yay.
Every time someone uses heightened senses, I just wait for Adrian to have like a flashbang go off right as they do it or something. I'm like, ah!
My eyes!
Gunshots.
Oh, that is a fantastic 7 successes.
Fantastic 7 successes. Which sense were you focusing on? Sight, yes?
Yes.
7 successes. There are people enjoying themselves in the bar area as you walk through. Nothing in particular catches your eye there. When you come back into the room, everything seems to be as it was. But as you are about to step into the VIP room, something blips in the back of your head, and you just walk back to the office quickly. And Elijah put the bottle down on the desk, but you notice that now there's a coaster underneath it. You didn't see anyone else come in or out of the room.
Mm-hmm. That's the red flag right there. Number 1. Sora does not like that. And they're going to
Also,
Just keep-
7 was very good. You're in that room now. You notice that the section of the desk where Elijah would keep his own notes and such seems to have been straightened, like meticulously put into a very neat pile. Some of the pencils that were on the desk are aligned with the edges of the keyboard that is attached to one of the computers.
So now knowing that things have definitely been adjusted around here, Sora's going to go ahead and grab some tape from across the aisle and essentially attempt to gather like fingerprints from from the items placed around, because they know that if the person was like invisible, they can't be able to see them. So perhaps be able to do a little bit of fingerprint extraction and maybe able to iron out who exactly was inside the room first.
You are definitely able to do so. I want to just see how good your process is, basically here.
Okay.
So I know this might be slightly weird because you're not stealing anything, but it is you want to be as careful as possible. So I'll give you your choice of dexterity and larceny or dexterity and investigation. You will get some kind of thing off of these areas, but this is just how good your process is.
It would have to be investigation. I've nothing to larceny. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to rouse this one because I am not dexterity based. I'm definitely more on the stronger side of the spectrum. Okay, cool. I don't get hungry.
This is an office. There will definitely be tape around.
Oh, that's a crit. Okay. 5 successes.
You know, if you had lived longer as a human being, you could have been a PI or
It's all Camille's.
special investigative agent.
That's all Camille's work. Camille put me underneath her wing and taught me how to do all of this. Before that, I was just an artist. So.
You do manage to get a few fingerprints off of some of the different areas that you're looking at. You're not. There are a number of people that do come into this office: Grace, Elijah, Nikolai. So you take a few and you carefully keep them, because we're just going to say you've kept them somehow. I don't know how, but with that amount of successes, let's say that yes, they're great.
Perfect. The next step they're going to do is they're going to recall who could be able to see folks who are of a different area. And they remember the main one for that, I believe, was Sakura, because Sakura mostly talked with ghosts. So she's going to send a message to, they're going to send a message to Sakura like, hey, can you come back to Elijah's office? There looks to be something suspicious going on here.
Sakura is going to sigh as she checks her phone because she was about to rejoin the political stuff. But no, she'll never hear the end of it if she doesn't turn around. So she's going to head back to the office real quick.
Perfect. And when you come inside, Sora's just like, oh, wait. And then they're going to point to their phone and just type in their phone. Someone was in here. They have moved around Elijah's items and Elijah's glass. I have fingerprints, but I can't see across the aisle. Can you take a look and see if somebody's invisible in here?
Sakura will turn on Sense the Unseen, but also say out loud, that was so many more words than you needed to type. You could have done that in so fewer.
I'm not the best when it comes to typing. I'm just saying.
It would have been done so much faster. I will roll my
Sakura,
Sense the
roll that,
Unseen.
please.
Yep. Rouse for this. Success. 2, 3, 4. 6 successes.
6 successes.
Ooh, okay.
You are supremely confident that you are alone in this room with Sora.
No one's in here, just us.
All right. Well, I did get the fingerprint, so we should be okay now. At least hopefully we get able to see who it actually was. But okay.
I'm gonna regret keeping this on when we walk back in because there's gonna be like 7 Nosferatu that have been just watching us the whole time.
Yeah, you might want to keep it up for now on just to make
I'm
sure.
going to. I'm just gonna be frustrated that I didn't do it sooner.
That's okay. It happens to the best of us. That's something I'm gonna have to work on myself so I can keep things a bit more eye out. I'm just glad I was able to catch it when I did. Otherwise, we never would have knew.
I mean, sometimes it feels better not knowing. It's sometimes it's worse if you know that they've just been watching you the whole time.
It's possible. Okay. Well, yeah, just keep an eye out. I guess we could go back to returning where everyone else is.
Okay.
Okay.
As you are both walking back to the area and Sakura, you are keeping your eyes out. You in the club area, you actually don't notice any other any hidden people, but you do notice something that seems to notice you as well. there looks to be a glowing coyote that has just waltzed in to the club. Nobody seems to be paying it any attention. Looks up at you, sticks its tongue out, and then runs back out.
I have so much stuff to do. And she will follow the coyote.
Out the club?
I mean, this is too weird. Yeah.
All right. You begin to follow the coyote out of the club.
She imagines the Sora behind her, but does not know if they are or not.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that in a moment. We'll rejoin the others in the VIP area with Sora attending. Yes.
Wait, just to verify, did I follow Sakura or did I go?
What would you like to do? Sorry, I do not want to assume. What would you like to do?
Just to clarify, did I see the coyote?
You did not.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea to follow. So yeah, I would just return back to the VIP area. I just think
right.
like she just told her she was gonna watch the scene. She was neglecting her duties, but it's fine.
You would see her frustratedly announce that she couldn't go back to the politics stuff before walking off. So
what? And they just go out like, oh, okay, I guess I got guard duty now. And yeah, they have no idea since they can't see it, so they're just going to return back to keep an eye out for everything.
All right, excellent. So we rejoined the others in the VIP area with Sora walking in, and Elijah has walked in as well. And Quinn, you've been kind of half-heartedly paying attention to people's revelations and the machinations of things that are going on, but you have been looking at your phone and you see that the moving dot has actually stopped, and the location on your map seems to be right now, it is stopped at the Hayward Genetics Center.
Is Nikolai still standing next to me?
He'd be over by James right now.
Everyone is in the room except for Sakura, who's currently outside. And Elijah, you have just walked in and rejoined. I imagine you were going straight to Nikolai.
Yeah, that's where he's heading. He does like look at Mikaela like as he passes her, and she just gets the two-toned glare as he just keeps walking.
And Mikaela and Nikolai was walking towards James. Oh, great. This is going to be great.
Mikaela will slowly walk back to James and is like, damn it. And is just standing there worried that she's not sure why, but she's worried that James might be in physical danger. So she stands in front of James and is like not really in front, but like she's there.
Well, seem to have collected a crowd.
Yeah.
James, and you, referring to Nikolai, must be Nikolai, correct?
Yes, Nikolai Dietrich, primogen of Clan Zimacy here in New Orleans.
Well, I would say it's a pleasure to meet you, but I'm afraid under the circumstances, things have gone rather sour. It is wonderful to meet you, despite the circumstances.
Indeed, I felt it would be rude of me not to introduce myself.
I'm used to that kind of rudeness. No, you know what? He's pissed off enough. He gives a quick glance to Mikaela before facing Nikolai again. I'm Mikaela's sire and Toreador, Clan Toreador.
Ah, yes, that would make sense as to why she claimed that as her heritage.
It is her heritage, regardless of whether it passed on. That I will give her.
Then why did you make me say that? Why did you announce I was a caitiff in the first place? If you were gonna be like, oh, he's a real Toreador.
Do we truly need to do this right now?
You know what? You know what? You know what? Yes, we do. I will tell you exactly what I think of you right now in front of everybody. You don't get to pretend to be a good sire right now, right this moment, because you've left me alone for so long, and then you come back and you turn my whole life upside down. You announce stuff without, like, you're forcing me just because you thought you were gonna die. And you don't get to do that right now. You don't get to come off as the good sire right now. So give me a minute to adjust. And then I just walk away.
That went well. Elijah, I'm so sorry for causing a scene in your club. My apologies.
You absolutely did not cause a scene, and he very much is like standing next to Nikolai. And the note that was in his pocket, he's just like rapid reflex sticks it in Nikolai's back pocket. I just prefer, when I hear an announcement, that's people tell me to my face normally, which wasn't your fault, but I really wish, I hadn't been completely blindsided. I honestly don't care that she's a KDF.
Allow me to be clear here. Regardless of not what I told her or didn't, this is my fault. You should not blame her for her actions. I told her for years to hide who she was, lest danger come to her, especially because we weren't in the same place at the same time. Even though things have changed, even though I told her to tell you, this is still my fault. She's right in a sense. That's the reason why I'm giving her space. Because while this needed to be done,
There's
I'm
no blame
regretting
to
it.
be had here, James. Neither for yourself or Mikaela.
I appreciate
Let's
that.
not delude ourselves into thinking that we aren't creatures of darkness and that we are not all weavers of lies. It is part and parcel of our kind. I see no grievance that has been committed here that is so severe. And to be fair, because I know both player and character for James here don't actually really know Nikolai that well. I should put out there that being around him is just generally deeply unsettling. He has the obvious predator flaw in place, for one. His humanity has now dipped down to 5 at this point. And he's also used vicissitude on himself to make his facial features and just body in general unnaturally symmetrical. So it just has this kind of uneasy alien appearance to it that still passes generally as human, but something's also not right about it. Otherwise, he generally kind of looks like me. But after saying that, he will turn to Elijah, give Elijah a small kiss. It's good to see you, Elijah. I'm sorry
Good
that
to
you're
see
feeling so frustrated this evening, but
Oh no, we need to talk later about. And he does this like pull on the back pocket, just to be like, I stuck something in here you should see. No, we need to have a discussion later. There are things afoot, and I'm not drunk enough to deal with anything.
Is this a situation I can help with? I'm more than happy to, considering you're Michaela's coterie, and currently I don't have one of my own. No other duty to do.
there are numerous issues within NOLA right now, James.
He looks up at Nikolai and goes, I mean, is that my issue has to deal with something that recently, but I'm not gonna say it.
Also, Sora's going to step forward towards Elijah real quick and just kind of like whisper up to the direction. By the way, do you currently have any enemies at the moment?
What, pick up on this?
Elijah says something under his breath in Russian that is not very polite if translated. You know what? The list is long and probably rolls entirely all the way to Jacksonville. You know what? Pray tell what has happened now.
Well, it looks like somebody went inside your room and moved some of your items, and kind of like shifted your alcoholic beverage. It looks like they did something with your notes. I couldn't see who it was, but I was at least able to get like fingerprints. So I'm gonna go and see if I can get that investigated to find out who they are.
That would be perfect for Quinn, because I feel like he's good
Quinn.
with that sort of stuff.
Quinn.
But somebody's going to die tonight. I want you all to know this. I am going to shoot somebody tonight. And I
Well-
do not care at this point in time who it is.
Quinn, your phone buzzes with an incoming message of that same number that you were tracking. It is an image message, a picture. It seems to be a picture of Mikaela, unconscious. Sakura, you make your way out of the entrance of the front of the club, and following this sort of spectral coyote. When it turns just around a corner, you lose sight of it, but you do see that there is a man that is very dark skinned, quite androgynous, but exceptionally beautiful. He's very tall. He's around 6'9". Not wide of frame, kind of lithe, sort of slender. You see that he is wearing blue, very stylish high-heeled boots. He is wearing some short shorts, which are sort of a bluish, sky bluish kind of lycra short shorts with a belt on them, and he is wearing a silver colored quite open button shirt, and he has some some green eyeshadow on, which is quite sparkly, some fake lashes, and you can see that his fingernails are painted green as well. And as you follow the coyote, expecting to see it, you see this man, and they smile at you. Well, good evening, my sweet honey child.
Yeah, no. And she is just turning around. No. Not
Well,
the way you start a conversation. She is just going back.
All right. Well, if you are not wanting to pass on some information to your dear friend Elijah that the Chantry might have for him, that's fine by me, sugar.
Am I supposed
I'll
to know
see
what
you.
that means? As she's
Well,
walking
your f-
away.
Your friend will, but if you like, you can.
I mean, you know where to find him, so like I don't know why you gotta go through me.
Well, my beautiful, beautiful Sakura, I believe your name is. Any one of you could have seen our dear friend coming there through the club, so just happened to be you.
You also could have come in.
Maybe. And he does hold out his hand and says, by the way, you can call me gorgeous.
No, I will not be doing that.
Fair enough.
But if there's something that needs to be said, tell me now before I walk away, because you are creepy.
I have never been so insulted in my entire life, sugar.
Really? I find that
Really?
hard to believe because you started a sentence with "Hey, darling," so
I am insulted to my core.
that feels like a you
However,
problem.
I will overlook that for now. Please give this to your friend. Just hands a little card.
He,
It's
without
about
touching his hand at all, takes the card.
it's about shall we say, a mutual friend known as Blue-Eyed Jack. I'm sure Elijah will know what that means.
Yeah, just next time, come in. I'm not. I mean, I'm not mail delivery for you. I'm mail delivery for other people. Not you, though. I don't like you.
You are as feisty as your online personality says you are.
Nope. See,
Goodbye,
you're really
sugar.
just reassuring the
Sort
creepy
of
thing.
turns
My
on his
guy.
heels and he's not there anymore.
You're still creepy, and she will like yell into the like, "You're still creepy," and walk back in.
The card that you received is a business card, and it has a name on it for it says Odette, and
She is holding it like a used tissue, like by the very corner.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It is. It appears to be the address and name of a sort of one of the psychic / voodoo selling tourist traps that are in the French Quarter.
Okay, she will look around, just completely a little bit flabbergasted, and just walk back in.
Now, you still had Saints the Unseen up at this point.
Yes,
So I will say that the man that you had met, there was sort of the same golden-ish hued color to his aura that the coyote had.
Yeah, it tracks.
And if you head back in, the party is just about to address a text message with a picture that was attached that Quinn has received.
So, yeah, about that. Nikolai, I got an interesting text message here. And as Quinn's going to show Nikolai the picture, the music player on Quinn's phone starts playing Shot Through the Heart by Bon Jovi. And Nikolai sees the picture of Mikaela with the stick. And Quinn's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how, I'm stupid intern.
Okay.
I was just gonna take his phone.
Point of clarification: Nikolai doesn't break like I do. Bastard.
The stupidest shit. It's talent, and I hate it.
James is going to let out a slight eye roll. Just a slight.
Elijah's trying to steal his phone.
Since Nikolai would have stepped off to the side as kind of the various conversations started happening over there, and he slowly managed to slip into the background, he'll stand off to the side with Quinn and take a look at the photo. Shakes
Elijah,
his head.
If you are there as well, if you take the phone from Nikolai's hand, you will see the same picture.
Well, I would have slipped away while Elijah was still talking with Sora, actually.
Oh, okay.
And Quinn's going to point out, I think this may be related to that tracking thing, because whatever it's tracking is at the genetics lab now. Seems too coincidental.
That actually draws a look of agitation from Nikolai. Suppose I need to go deal with that then. And he's going to step away from Quinn, stepping up to Elijah briefly, and as they're probably getting towards the end of that conversation bit. I have to step away for a moment. There's an issue at the lab.
Sakura, you would have rejoined by this point.
I think I'll come with you for that one.
Elijah, there was a creepy guy.
You know what? There's always creepy guys
But
around here.
He had a thing for you here.
Oh God, no!
I know, but he was a creepy wolf coyote guy.
Is it a wolf?
I
What kind of
don't
coyote? You have to
honestly.
be specific.
He was real creepy. That's all. He called himself gorgeous, which is. Ugh.
I don't know anybody by that name. Oh, is this because of the TikToks? Sakura, is this because of the TikToks?
Don't imagine an astral coyote creepy man is watching your TikToks.
An astral coyote. Give me that. I'm done. I pull the letter from Sakura's hand because no one else is touching it.
Yeah.
What does it
She
say?
doesn't care. She does not want to hold this anymore.
Elijah doesn't want to touch it.
It's a business card. It's just a business card for a fortune teller slash voodoo paraphernalia selling shop here in the French Quarter that says Odette's. And on the back of the card is written in a sort of nicest script. Let's discuss Blue-Eyed Jack.
So who's Blue-Eyed Jack?
One who's gonna be turned into a footstool. And he will like hold his hand out to take it from James, like just to like see if he'll hand it over.
Odette's, and I hand it back.
Creepy guy mentioned a tree. I don't know what tree.
Yeah, someone's about to be turned into a footstool. Right, lab. Let's go. You know what I need to.
Quinn, if you still have your phone, I'm imagining you do, and you see that the tracking pin is slowly starting to move.
Do I notice that after Nikolai walks away from me, or?
It's not long after. It's roughly at the same time as he has joined Elijah.
Is it moving out and away from the genetics place?
It is indeed.
Okay, well, Quinn's gonna rush over to, catch back up and try to like let him know that it seems like the tracker is moving somewhere new.
All of you are assembled except Mikaela.
Nikolai should. In fact, Quinn's probably just gonna decide to try and go with Nikolai and Elijah because he's kind of invested at this point.
Quinn, is this about your sire, the shitty one?
I don't know right now. There's a minor issue with one of our coterie mates. So
Wait, what? What happened?
Stop. What happened to Mikaela?
Who said anything about Mikaela?
I know how many coterie members are in your coterie. And
You don't actually, but
It's a process of elimination. She's the only one not here, and he's gonna walk behind the bar, like flip a panel down and grab like, because Elijah has the bar armed just in case. Because even though it's Elysium, things still go down in Elysium. He's gonna take a shotgun out of there and go, "Come on, I'm going."
would you happen to have another one of those?
Nikolai's already left the building.
He flips out another one and grabs it, hands it out, and goes, "Let's go."
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Sakura is going to briefly address the room full of powerhouses and just say, apologies, everyone. Something has come up with my coterie, but if there's anything that you need to be relayed to the prince or any members of the court, do not hesitate to ask and enjoy your evening. And she will rush out with the rest of them.
By the time anyone's outside, Nikolai's already driving away, and while driving away, he's going to text Elijah and simply say, "I can't have anyone else coming to the lab."
Elijah gets out. As soon as he gets down the stairs and out the back door, because the bar and the lab aren't that far apart, they're literally like, what, a block?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He uses blink. He does not get hungrier, and he blinks down towards where the lab is.
Everybody's running off before Quinn's had a chance to say anything, so yeah.
Well, no, because Sora hasn't even. I mean, nobody's
Sora,
saying
Sakura, and James are with you.
So I think the other two we're going. So they ran off a little bit quick, but I'm assuming that wherever Mikaela is, good process of elimination, by the way, James. That it may have something to do with this new tracking thing that's been put on my phone by somebody. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to my intern about it later. But it's now moving away from the lab, so they may already be too late.
So you have a tracking on Mikaela.
I don't know if it's Mikaela. I just have a weird tracking app. I'm not.
Was that okay? 1 second. Was that the phone that messaged you where the image of Mikaela or whatever happened?
Yes, somebody messaged me with an image of Mikaela.
Can I see it, please?
Sure. Yeah, it might be a little graphic though. It shows in the picture.
Shuri, what happened to you? Do I know roughly where this image was taken?
No.
Well,
phone, please.
Yep, here you go. Best we can do is follow the blinking dot. You might want to text Elijah. I look at Sakura who's holding Quinn's phone. I look at Quinn who's holding no phone. I look at Sora. You might want to text Elijah that the thing is whoever they are is moved.
Sakura is sending herself the number, handing the phone back to Quinn, and using her phone to try and figure out who sent it.
I forgot.
All right.
Soccer on-
We are going to just transition quick to Nikolai and Elijah that through process of powers and vehicles have arrived at the genetics lab roughly at the same time.
Elijah is going to activate Sense the Unseen to look around, and then look at Nikolai and goes, "Go check the lab. Let's go check the lab."
Nikolai's already heading there with heavy determination.
Elijah's hot on
Elijah.
his heels.
When you do turn on Sense the Unseen, what you notice is not any hidden figures per se, but there are a number of ghosts around this building. Quite a number.
My bad.
He just kind of like sighs and just follows Nikolai, just like, "No, I've two and two. It's fine. It's all fine." But he is keeping an eye out as they're heading down towards where the lab is.
All right. So, Nikolai, you come into your lab. Is there anything you would like to do there?
Before heading to the lab, Nikolai is going to actually head to the security desk of the the full facility.
Mhm.
The guard there, Nikolai routinely screws with dominate, wiping his memory and making him do things. So as soon as he gets there, he's simply gonna get the guard's eye and tell him to play back the video about 30 minutes. Play it at double speed. Actually, triple speed.
The guard does as instructed, and you see outside the facility, not inside the lab itself. There eventually is an image of a man standing there, just waiting. And then from the perspective that the camera catches him, you can't see too much, but you do see that he then takes out a phone, does a few things, and gets into a car and begins slowly driving off. You have seen pictures of what Quinn's sire looks like, and you would judge this to be the very same Michael Morrison.
Get me the tape.
The guard does as instructed. As a human, he is unable to resist your instructions.
Do I need to go down and check?
Forget, and then he'll grab Elijah by the hand and start making his way to the lab itself proper. Punch in the code and just double check to make sure the lab itself doesn't appear to have been breached.
You can make a wits and investigation check for me, please.
Absolutely.
Elijah's scanning around with Sense the Unseen.
Ghosts.
Colio, can we? Now is not the time, but we're gonna have a discussion about ghosts later. He is gonna go check to make sure that the itty bitty baby dragon is still where they left him.
Is
Go ahead
Devin
and
held
spend a
there?
willpower.
I thought Devin was held elsewhere.
No, when they
No,
embraced him, they went straight to the lab.
Ah.
Yep.
I'll make a note, as they say.
5 successes on the investigation check.
That makes sense.
Devin
though.
is still there. Yes.
He's staked at the moment, by the way.
Yeah. That makes sense.
5 successes. From your meticulous scrutiny, you know where everything is and where you keep everything. It does not seem as if anything has been tampered with. However, in a desk drawer, when you are looking through some things to see if anybody's gone through any of your papers and such, you do find that there is an envelope that was not there before. Plain white envelope, smallish.
He'll immediately open it.
It says, "I'll be seeing you soon, brother." And signed RD.
He just rolls his eyes and throws it off into the trash and goes ahead and that problem will be dealt with soon enough. It doesn't look like they came into the lab. However, it is assuredly Quinn's sire. We should
Kill him ruthlessly, efficiently, painfully.
Well, to be fair, I don't
above?
think that he
Yes.
knows that this is my turf that he necessarily stumbled himself onto exactly.
Well, we're gonna take care of him. It's fine. By the way, Robbie knows about, and he does gesture to the staked figure. He slipped a note in my pocket. He was at Elysium. I'm having the chair burned because I don't care. Let's go. Let's come on.
Nikolai will lock the lab back up and text Quinn.
And Elijah's texting Sakura. Lab is clear.
All right.
It's your father, Quinn.
Yeah, that makes sense. He always was an asshole.
And Nikolai will head back to the vehicle.
Elijah does gently push him towards the passenger door and gets into the driver's seat.
Very good. Through coordination, through various conversations and text messages and such, you begin making your way to follow this tracking dot. And you would judge that it is moving in such a way and speed as to allow for said tracking. Are there any preparations anyone would like to make before you continue your pursuit?
Sakura was trying to get a beat on that phone number and any information she can.
I believe that had been done before. It is sort of one of those numbers that is kind of like unregistered, basically.
Can I do more digging to try and find a registration for it?
How would you like to do said digging?
She's very good with her phone.
Does Sakura possess sort of like hacking skills, is my question, basically.
Not in the literal sense, but in the very roundabout way of you can find anything online.
To be able to find something like that, you would need to get into a cellular provider's security network, basically.
She doesn't have time to make any phone calls.
So yeah, that type of information would be through those means not really possible.
That's more of a with time endeavor.
However, who is driving and what vehicles is my question. What sort of vehicles are you taking? I know that Nikolai and Elijah are together, and are Quinn, Sakura, and James and Sora taking the same vehicle?
Oh no, Sora is driving their own vehicle because they have a super fast now, the latest 370Z, the new concept car. So they'll be driving through. They're also going to be activating prowess and toughness because they assume that this is going to be a fight on hand, and they're not so squishy like they used to be anymore. So and they're driving suit, following across.
I'd ask Sora if I could join him in his car.
Oh, okay.
Because I know how to ride a horse. That's roughly where it ends.
We doing one car or two, Sarah?
Dude.
All right. And Sakura will get in her pink car.
So Quinn, are you? I'm imagining you are with Sakura in the pink car.
Yeah, it seems like the best course of action since it would be easier to do tracking stuff with someone else that's more equipped for that.
All right.
Possibly, I don't know. But
Elijah
just
is,
knows she's a social media person, so he's like, all right, she's probably got something.
He's
Elijah's
probably
doing.
also familiar with her car at this point, given that he also lives at her house. So she's probably his main mode of transportation to and from the club.
Elijah's doing his usual speed demon combo celerity driving that he does.
All right, very good. The tracking that happens takes you sort of to the west and more of a southerly direction. Kind of like you're in New Orleans, but you're sort of heading out of New Orleans, more towards like Coterie. And eventually, you do find that the tracking dot does stop at a location that appears to be a motel. And you are not too far behind.
Elijah's gonna like slow the car down. He's not gonna park it at the motel, but he's gonna park it like off to the side. All right. Should we wait for the others?
We should probably have a look around at least.
All right.
All right. Your car is very fast, and Sora's car is very fast as well. So it's not going to take too long before they arrive as well. Just maybe a minute or so after you. However, yes. So you can see that the motel is just your standard kind of motel that has a pool in it. There is it has like 2 floors, and it's relatively well kept. It doesn't look super seedy or anything like that. And you do see that there is a car that is parked in one of the little parking bays there. How would you like to proceed in your investigations?
First, Sora would like to look at Quinn. It says, "Is that the same car that's in your picture?"
And
Mm,
similarly,
there's no
is that
car
the
in it.
car that was on camera?
Mhm.
That is the car. That is the car that wasn't on camera. Yes, it is the same car.
So Sora's going to first take a look at that car to make sure there's nobody's around, and then
So is
they're going to
Nikolai.
take out a knife and then just pop the tires to make sure they can't escape.
All right.
right.
Are we going in all guns blazing, or are we trying to talk first? Because if so, I probably should do the talking, considering I'm betting y'all faces are recognizable more than mine.
Well, given this man has been nothing but absolute problems, I kind of want him dead. But if you want to talk, like, I'll let you talk.
Distraction?
He looks at Quinn.
I've kind of really been, as I've been learning more about our kind and all this stuff, I've really been been wondering what he tastes like.
Duskborn.
Okay,
That's not.
James, how are you with a weapon?
I learned to shoot post Civil War.
Yeah, I can't do anything, so maybe let me do distraction, as that's one of the very few things I'm very good at.
Well, I imagine we're both pretty good at it.
That's true.
Regardless, we need to find out where this person is first, and I think the best way to answer that is see who's rented a room recently.
Heightened senses, sound.
All right. At this point, everyone can make a wits and awareness roll for me for your various roles. And I will tell you what each and all of you see near the car, any signs of life, etc.
I'm also going to turn on Sense the Unseen, just in
All right.
case.
You can both roll the Sense the Unseen for me just to see how many successes you get.
2 successes for me on the wits and awareness. One thing that Nikolai was specifically checking is the car locked.
Is the car locked? The car is not locked.
I'm totally rifling through the car then.
It's kind of like a sort of beat up old Ford, basically. And you see that there are kind of like food packages which seem really old, which are left in the car as well. And then you also rifling through like the seats and everything like that, you see that there are a couple of kind of old blood bags which have been emptied. But nothing in terms of weaponry or driver's license, nothing like that, nothing in the glove box. It does show signs as if it's the kind of car that has been, you know, slept in and used or whatever when someone was alive, perchance. Perhaps not as a kindred, but it's not something that's somebody has paid a lot of care to, basically.
Sora would also like to see if they could be able to pop open the trunk just to make sure Mikaela isn't inside the trunk.
I mean, I'll pop
right.
the trunk once I'm in the car for you.
Okay, cool.
That's not
All
a problem.
right.
And Nikolai is also going to take. He's got a in his pants pocket because he carries this around with him. There's a small magnet, which is a functional bloodstone, which he is going to reach under the vehicle and attach to the metal undercasing of it.
All right. I should mention as well that once you are inside the car and coming closer to the car, all of you, being kindred, do smell a smell of blood coming from the car, but it smells really old, like bad. And being inside the car, aside from like the the general sort of like garbage and stuff and sort of like the smell from that, Nikolai, you also get a whiff of that you're quite used to, of like death. And as soon as Sora opens the trunk, you see inside that there are a number of partially eaten, severed limbs in various states of decomposition just in the trunk.
None of them looks like something that indicates their arms or digits belong to Mikaela by chance, right?
That would look quite different if Mikaela had met the final death and what human remains would look like.
That's true.
The smell is quite sickening, though.
Yeah, they'll definitely go ahead and close up the, the trunk when they see that's what's
Nikolai
inside.
doesn't use blush of life, so he's not breathing. So
All right.
that doesn't bother him too much.
Sakura and James, you rolled Sense the Unseen. Would you refresh my memory as to what amounts you got?
Tucker, you want to go first?
I was rolling heightened senses, 4
Ah.
successes on sound.
I got the
On
same,
sound.
but for Sense the Unseen.
All right, 4 successes on sound. Sakura, with those 4 successes on sound, you don't hear the sounds of breathing in your vicinity or anywhere really seemingly coming from this motel. You faintly hear some sounds potentially coming from the second floor, Mm, maybe coming from a bit further in near the first floor. Difficult to make out entirely, until you get closer. But some kind of movement, but no sounds of breathing.
And there's not a single heartbeat in the area. There's no humans.
The only heartbeats that you pick up are rats, basically.
Well, mine is too, technically, right? Since I have Blessed Life going on, even though it'd be
Yeah, it's a slow kind
slower.
of occasional heartbeat that happens with Sora as Sora has the Blush of Life activated. James, with the sense the unseen, you are looking and scanning around the building, and you see these traces of a very odd, sickly green red energy at certain points in this building, and particularly closer to the area of the empty swimming pool. There, it brightens a bit more.
Can I do an occult check to see if I know what this represents?
Sure. Intelligence and occult.
Yeah. Oh wow. That is 6 successes, messy critical.
Interesting. 6 successes with a messy critical. 2 things happen. You are so absorbed in wanting to discover what this interesting source of energy is, that you begin in the toreador compulsive way heading towards the pretty lights near the pool, to wanting to see what they are and interact with them. And the second thing that happens is that you have this overwhelming feeling or knowledge that is, even in the midst of your compulsion, coming through you, that this is not blood sorcery. This is something else, but it's definitely some kind of sorcery. And you come close to the swimming pool and you reach out your hand and you want to touch one of the areas where some of this energy is leaking out. And I would like you to please make I would like stamina and occult, please.
Stamina and occult.
Yes.
I can do that. Would a specialty in Bahari help? I doubt it, but
It would not.
that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. That's a normal critical. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. 6 successes.
6 successes. All right. 6 successes. You feel this feeling seep into the core of your being, and you feel as if it is invading your essence and pushing you to draw out your greatest sinful impulses and express them right now on those around you, but you manage to push away from it.
There's some energy coming from the pool.
There are no mortals here. at all.
It's tempting. It draws you in and it wants you to.
Once they cleared the place out, there's not a human here.
All of you begin to witness as James has come closer to the pool that from the top balconies and from rooms on the ground, this thick white mist starts to emanate and blanket the area and begin to cover the entire place. And it is very difficult for you to see. I need a d6.
D6, that's frightening.
Yeah, I was like, D6. I was like, in a D10 system?
Whenever that happens,
You're talking
ultimately,
crazy.
when you hear, I need a X die in a system where that die is not
That
present,
is-
something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, I was like,
I
It
need to
does
see
not
how
appear.
fucked you alive.
We've
It does
gone
not
off the
appear to be
rails here,
cracked.
people.
It's
We're in
okay.
uncharted territory.
yep.
Sora, I would like you to please make a stamina and a cult roll for me, please.
Is this something my explainable mind would be able to handle as well?
No.
Okay. No worries. Stamina is normally my good point. And a cold actually, I'm pretty good at too. I will rouse just to be on the safe side because I don't like this with the white dust coming in. All right, cool. I do not get hungrier. I'll add 2 more. Ooh, no, that's a crit. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7 successes with a crit.
7 successes with a crit. You are keeping your eyes peeled and having a look around the area. And even with this difficult vision, it is obscuring everything. Your recent training and your self-improvement and your new, more warrior-like instincts sort of kick in, and you instinctively begin to feel close to your feet an odd kind of heat, and you jump back as within the mist, and it is sort of like lit up like a flare type experience. There is a burst of greenish, reddish fire that seems to want to engulf you. But you jump away and you are unharmed. And then you can all begin to hear, filtering through the mists, different voices beginning to laugh at you. And you hear one voice, Quinn, that is very particular to you. Oh, you've come home, son. This is fantastic. I can't wait to share our new gifts with you. And that is where we will end our chronicle for this evening.
Oh, damn.
Give us.
Look in the mirror, is that what you saw? You act like a diamond, you act like a star. You can't control feelings, the look of the sun will see through the eyes of a human at all. Oh, that's what I told you, that you sold yourself. flatter and raining. Scarecrows ain't scary, the music's reflecting nothing at all. Your lips are shaking, your skin is shaking.